Hey everybody, welcome to some annual compliance training with Ray Snytsheuvel and Nathan Nottingham, MLO Force, and we are going to bring a bunch of topics to you. But in discussing what we're going to talk about with Ray, we decided to call this one cheat codes.
Yep, cheat codes.
Annual compliance training cheat codes. Now this is content that you have to take every year, or maybe you just got hired within the first 30 days. You got to sit down and do these courses. What we're going to lay out for you, well, look, we've been laughing a little bit. I'm a Zennial, I believe is the term. I was born in '80, and so I grew up in the era of analog childhood, digital adulthood, and in that was this beautiful, serene space of Nintendo Entertainment Systems. And the Nintendo Entertainment System was life-changing. So as a 9 and 10-year-old, we got to play all the games. And as I got a little bit older, 11, 12, there was a game that came out called Contra. Remember Contra? No. Okay, great. So Contra was nearly impossible game to play. It was difficult. I had a good friend, Casey Lute. I'd go over to his house. He had the game. We'd play there. You couldn't get past level 1 unless you had their cheat code. The cheat code, anybody remember what that cheat code was? It was up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. You had to put that in there in the menu system, and then it unlocked the game. Now, it wasn't a cheat code where I just got to the end and I didn't have to do any work. No, it actually made the game fun. It made the game passable. It made the game exciting. Well, after Contra became such a popular cheat code system, and it kind of hit the waves, and it was in the Nintendo magazine, in case do you remember Nintendo magazine?
No.
Okay, so we had all these other cheat codes, right? You had cheat codes for Metroid, you had cheat codes for NBA Jam, you had cheat codes for, well, everything, except there was only a couple cheat codes for Super Mario Brothers, but I digress. The reality of the cheat code was that it made what we were able to play in a set amount of time that didn't have a memory save feature more acceptable, entertaining, exciting. And then they came out with a Game Genie. Oh yeah. The Game Genie was a cartridge adapter you put on the Nintendo cartridge, and you didn't have to put a code in there. It opened up every game, God mode, everywhere, and it was so much fun. So, why in the world are we talking annual compliance and I'm geeking out about video games from my childhood? Well, I think it's pretty simple. Ray, cheat codes are not always something that we use, or we shouldn't think about them just as how to not do something. But cheat codes actually make a lot of opportunities and actions more fun, more engaging.
That I agree. I mean,
you can be successful.
Agreed. I mean, my idea of cheat codes, because I'm a last year boomer, was a drunk uncle who was a chain smoker. But for our purposes, the objective was you want to distill some of the noise down and focus on what key things are to get you to the next level.
Yeah.
Right? And so while we can talk about it, we're going to talk about compliance, we can break it down into all the technical levels and the legal requirements, et cetera. And those are important, make no mistake. But I think the objective is really about speaking to the core issues that the regulations have, the requirements have, and to implement it into an operation. So it's not we're not going to have a conversation about the history of fair lending.
No.
We're going to talk about key things you should look at in fair lending that you can actually use and move to the next level.
It's because, like in Contra, when you had to start it up because there was no save feature, you never got back to where you left off in the game. You had to start at level 1, section 1. You needed the cheat code, so at least you got to go farther and explore and experience more of the game. Same with annual compliance training. These are cheat codes with Ray. He's going to walk us through some of the key takeaways for these annual compliance topics. Now we're going to walk through this whole feature. It's a entire training. If you want to sit down and take the whole thing at one time, that's awesome. If you want to take these segment by segments, watch a video, take the quiz, move on to the next one, you're totally open to do that at your own pace. But for me, the peace of mind here is listen to the concepts that are being shared in each one of these topics. Don't check out because you're like, who cares about fair lending? I don't have to think about it. The systems don't let me break it. Understand the cheat codes. We want to get to the why, the how, and the what fors faster by understanding the depth and very certain specific pieces of each one of these different rules and regulations. Right?
Exactly.
All right, well, I think it's time to get started.
All right.
So we're going to kick it off with the next video. This topic will be on customer information security and privacy notices.